Just having a little glitch with live stream. Just be an extra minute here, I hope.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but we star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 225th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Cremond, and I'll be a host today, along with Mark. And I think we're ready to begin today's workshop with members of the Universal Council. So let's get that up and ready to go.
Yes, Rick, my dear Rick, there will be an introduction. Yes. Thank you so much. Welcome, my dear ones, dear beautiful souls, dear beautiful energies, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, to the beautiful energy of universal souls, to the beautiful energy of truth seekers, knowledge seekers, and all that is love. So beauty is always there when you are in love. So welcome to the One Planet, One Race, One Nation for Justice and World Peace. So here I want to share a few words that as the manifestation of this joyful joyride, it has begun the journey to the beauty and totality according to the level of understanding from within each of us together in love with all that is. What is going with you is the book, maybe tangible or intangible, written in your hearts, guided by the soul, the universal traveler of you. That's all we need. We came here always. We came. But many times we came here, never understood how to go in a way back. We are supposed to go. But now, this time, we are realizing, we are all understanding how to create the balance, to live lively, beautifully in the culture of love that has never been before. So my beautiful souls, live lively in the civilization, in the beauty of culture of love. So I am going to read these very beautiful words through the beauty of soul of diversity, of the soul of diversity, of the languages spoken or on planet Earth. All souls are as equal, and all are creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. So beautiful that is. Thank you, my beautiful souls, for listening. I apologize. Rick, can we go to the next slide? Here is a wish, as we always wish, as humanity always wishes. A human always wishes, and this is so important. That has been done, is been doing, or will be, but the wishes are always there for the benefit of all. So here, the wish is written by the Universal Councils, or on behalf of all universal souls of humanity and the cosmos. And the wish is, we wish that the new flight system serves the benefit of all souls. We wish that the new flight system enhances the elevation of all souls. We wish that the new flight system strengthens eternal peace for all souls. We are present, the Universal Council. We are present, I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
My dear Rick, now we can go to the next slide. Here is my beautiful soul's 5 minutes of silence for the elevation of the soul of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the soul of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the soul of humanity, the soul of the world leaders and religious leaders, of planet Earth, and we are elevating continuously. Timeless, this is timeless. And like we are sharing each other how to be elevated. And then in a way, the conditions are elevating and the flight is here. So beautiful souls, we will go to 5 minutes of silence in the higher oneness with all these conditions we are in now, with our heart and soul. So the silence starts from now.
Good morning. This is
Yes.
Aza. I just want to make an announcement here. Today, tonight, or tomorrow, Mr. Keshe is going to open the testimonial of some people who went to the machine, to the space unit yesterday and today. So it's going to be from tonight or tomorrow. So you're going to hear some of the testimonial of people who already went to the machine.
Oh, thank you, Azhar. Thank you so much for this beautiful news. Is it on this this presentation, public presentation ID? Or
yeah, I mean, they probably, if it's not on this ID, they're gonna make a announcement about that. But
okay.
Mr. Keshe just announced that either tonight or from tomorrow morning, all the people who went through the machine from since yesterday, whoever decided to share their experience, they will come and talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my
You're
dear.
welcome. You're welcome.
This is a beautiful news, so much elevated. So I will say, well, let's start from now. Thank you, my dear Azhar. How can I say in few words the love I am feeling, we are all feeling. So our silent moment of silence starts from now, my dear ones. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls to be presented here. Yourself with your heart and soul, taking the responsibility of all that is love. And thank you so much. Rick, there's another wish before this page. Maybe I have seen that. Yes, this is also a wish, very beautiful. And I'm going to read the wish. All beings are elevated to the understanding and emotion that all souls are the Messiah of themselves. Beautiful. Thank you. I am present. Rick, now can we go to the, after the elevation of the souls we have done? Now after that, yes. Yes, here is the one city, one center, my dear ones. And I welcome Moshfik and Stefania, if you want to say. And welcome, my dear ones. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Today, instead of Stefania, I'll try her place in doing this one city, one center. This time we'll focus a little bit in the flight system direction, as it is currently what we are embarking on. So one of the things that that is coming up in the horizon as we gain this capacity to be in any city virtually instantly, we may have to rethink some of our ways of thinking and doing as we have been accustomed to. So, of course, this is, one can engage one's soul in doing this kind of transportation, along with the devices that are being presented to the world right now. It's a learning, it will be a learning experience, and it is already a learning experience. We've been through this Keshe Foundation knowledge in health and various other things, and it has been an expanding experience as we have deepened our oneness wherever, in whichever city we may live. Our center has become the center of cooperation, and in this context, we have this travel capacity that is beginning to take shape. So, the need to be in any specific city is about to change in a big way. And it's kind of like visiting a neighbor, in the city we live in, wherever in the city, we just easily go there. And so every city is a neighborhood. In fact, because of this transportation capacity, we can think of a city as the planet as a city, in fact, because each so-called cities of today are neighborhood. You can go there anytime, take a look at it, and if you want, can be physically, if we all want, it can be physically there. We meet at some place, and then it's just like walking to some place. It's a very, if we can extend our mind a little bit, it will be a familiar but an expanded sensation. any big cities of today, many big cities of today, not any, many big cities of today, you see a mix of people. And that mix will be further enriched. Maybe as our soul's capacity enhances, we see the people a little more deeply, and we recognize, where they came from, not necessarily in the terrestrial sense only. So the scope of cities, or in our case, one city, is a different story. And there, as Mr. Keshe has already talked about, the need for passport, visa, and so forth, and not needed. And we have to think how. I mean, it's actually an easy transition. We actually throw out our garbage, such as passports and visas, and when we go from one room to another in our house, we don't need any passport or visa, and there is a full lot of authority in every door. No, so it's this kind of things. This kind of, what do you call it? Work for no practical purposes other than to create additional suffering or hassles has to be rethought, or we have to adjust to it. It will be a quick adjustment, really. I mean, once this capacity of traveling is in place, how long does it take to throw away one's garbage? It's kind of like that. But still, the important part here in creating this one city where we can go anywhere, meet any friends here and abroad. I mean, abroad in the bigger sense, in the bigger interplanetary sense, then they don't need a visa or passport or whatever nonsense there is, and to come and gather together and exchange our understanding, enlightenment, and anything. So the concept of one city is again becomes further expanded in enhancing our oneness with our friends here and elsewhere. And it's a time for house cleaning, so to speak. Throw our garbages, and it doesn't take long. So the transition, all these machineries that are in place at this point, it's just there, but with concerted effort, the garbage won't be there in a blink of an eye. The important part here is to create this reality. It's once again a soul travel. We create this intention of having a place where none of these garbages are there. In fact, we just started doing it just by thinking about it. So and as we deepen and strengthen our soul's intention collectively as a member of this one city, the city becomes a reality. So, in our travel with these devices, it is our intention to travel to a specific location that makes it a reality. Making our manifestation at a given place change to something to another place. So same thing with this one city, one center program. We travel to a city of our own creation. The city where none of the things that we have been so accustomed to yet struggled with, and becomes no longer part of our reality. So it's in a way, what, yes, that's our intention, but let's together with that intention imagine how much fun it would be. And this is the, you can go anywhere, we may choose to eat, not to eat, doesn't matter. But we are accepting everybody, the bird will fly into a square and the man will fly into a square, just the same. And the long queues of, various services may not be there, because we no longer have the situation of need. I mean, everybody's prosperous. So, I mean, imagine that condition. It's not imagining, I'm using the word imagine because this is a common word, but it's creating that reality that is there. As to how fast it happens, it's up to us. As we strengthen our field, the faster it gets. So some of us, those who are here are already halfway there. So as we link up our intention, our soul's intention, and the feelings that go with the intention, we want to be there and enjoy all the new and what this new environment has to offer. And then, will we even think about all those long queues? I'm already saying it in terms of past. I'm thinking in terms of past. The queues are gone, I mean, especially where I am, it's very populated and the traffics are bad. I mean, the traffics are bad anywhere in the world these days. So what traffic? Talking about queue, traffic is one of the worst queue you can get into. So, and do we have to go and do the things we do in the same way when our need will be all met? We are no longer in the world of scarcity. We are in the city of plenty, the center of plenty. So, the flight system is here. Let's make it a part of our reality and make one city where the center radiates the light that we create, all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, my dear Moshfik. So beautiful words to be in the city we created. And here I want to say that whenever we do this, we get lost, kind of that. We always create, as this is the part of our nature. But this time, as we came many times, but never understand how to really, truthfully, how to communicate with each other, really. The family we are in, the family around us, we always think like that, We have to broaden everything more in the space that has not been in a tangible way seen. But now we can see that. We can see that without even seeing it. So as we have created, so my Messiah, Shriman M.T. Keshe has said, now understand, be humble. Otherwise, you will again fall in this way, in this trap, in the same way as you came. So there will be always the form of birth and death in this timeline. So we are becoming timelessness within the land, going to travel, as Moshfik said beautifully, in the way, I can say, the enlightened city. I will say that because this is so beautiful to say. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you very much. Now, Rick, can we go to the next page? Here is the information about the Sunday spraying at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. CEST time. And this is called to all knowledge seekers, my dear ones. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. Use the plasma water from your cups of life 1 and 2 to make the plasmatic spraying more beauty and totality. In here, the spraying has benefited the whole world, as we have sprayed in a way from our understanding in beauty and totality with love for the benefit of all in the greater oneness. And here I will say a little summary about a boy. His name is Mamun, and he's from Keshe Foundation Bangla teaching from Bangladesh, as I am also from this group. And he's a very beautiful soul. He is a very silent boy, but in the last teaching, he shared about the same experience as spraying the Gans water as the experience of Tom Salas. And he has drawn Tom Salas, but he was not able to do that. But he explained beautifully that in Bangladesh, storms are in the coming monsoon seasons, as the monsoon season already came, and storms are very rapid here. They come and destroys many crops, houses, and many things. Even flooding is also there. So here the boy explained how with the gun spraying, he was able to protect like creating a dome of peace around his garden and his farmland, and even benefited all his being living with him, his mother, even the farm animals, all. And he explained that as there are very banana trees in Bangladesh, even in Calcutta also. And we all know the banana trees are very delicate type of trees, banana trees. And with the storm, it was a huge storm, he said, and the storm destroyed almost the neighborhoods, banana tree and crops, and destroyed everything. But around he also put reactors around his gardens and farms, and there was nothing happened, as he said that nothing. It was like nothing has happened here, and everything is like the plants are straight and the banana trees are straight. They were all over around the garden like a boundary, he said. So that is a very beautiful experience Mamun, beautiful soul, has shared. And I wanted to share that he has the same feeling. And many of us are feeling, in a way, this peace dome around us, in a way, like an oasis, interacting with each other with love, as Mamun explained, and that there is a beautiful soul. And I'm so grateful he shared. So I wanted to share this, and as our beautiful teacher is Moshfik there, and we learned from him so much. So thank you, Mamun, and thank you, my dear Moshfik. Thank you. So I can we go to the next slide, my dear Rick? Here we are going, Stefania. Welcome, Stefania. Hello, my dear. Stefania. Okay. This Stefania will come, and maybe she has to share a video. Probably.
I think she's dropped out of the panelists.
Okay. Rick, she has sent you a video about John's experience.
Yes, we can play that. So
Okay.
I'm going to get that lined up.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. We can play that. Yes. This is the North American teaching, last North American teaching, when John explained the experience as he has been through the flight system, probably, and he shared his beautiful experience, and we all wanted all to hear that, to have this, and to prepare for the flight. Thank you so much.
Okay, and as was mentioned, this is from the what's it called again? The Keshe American Knowledge Team meeting, and starts at the 3-hour mark. And this is from the last Sunday's broadcast. Okay, we'll listen to that for about 5 minutes, and then there's another segment that we'll listen to as well. Okay, I'll start it now.
The reason that I asked, and I was kind of hoping that Mr. Keshe would be here to kind of confirm my thinking, but let me share it with everybody here, and you can discuss it and see what you think. So these energy fields that we're going into are a consciousness energy, and as more people go into these fields, the more energies that is added to these energy fields of this, I'll call spaceship. So if it's my thinking that the person that goes in later would have the benefit of, I'll say, a higher degree of energy fields, in that they have the totality of everybody that's come before them. And not only that, but it's also my thinking that if an elevated soul, somebody who has mastered their life path, if you will, if they went into that unit prior to you, that the energy fields that you got after they had been in there would be greatly accelerated. And the more people that go in that are advanced, the easier it will be to travel the depths of the universe. So
kind of like cascading in a way,
like a cascading, because it's like, now I also had the thinking that there's nothing that stops us from requesting higher beings to join with us in those energy fields when we go into them. So even though, maybe an elevated soul hasn't gone into the unit yet, when we go in, it's our choice to request elevated souls to join with us in our experience and add to the collective understanding. including potentially asking Mitra to join with us in the spaceship creation. That's kind of what we're doing, is we're creating the spaceship.
Yes, he said none of this would be possible if Mitra was not here at this point in time.
But I wonder if you can actually, request that Mitra be a part of the creation. I don't see why you couldn't.
I think she already is in a way, but asking couldn't hurt. As I've said jokingly, John, I'm looking at your picture, but don't look now. Look who's behind you.
Yeah.
I see that
All
little
my
yellow
friends.
fellow. Yes, all of our friends, exactly. We're part of this family, even though we don't realize it. Stephanie has signed up for the flight to Linz. I think she's taking a mobile. Gallup will be there tomorrow. Francine is saying I am going on the 14E. Tony said he signed up for 10 of June. Kay has said he signed up. So there's a number of people here.
Would any of them like to comment on the thoughts that I had and what their thinking is in regard to this scenario?
Sorry, it's Diane. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, kind of hoping, because I can't afford any of that. So I was thinking because I live closer to Arizona, hopefully by the time I can, there'll be more fields to play with or learn from. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Diane. And again, there's no right and wrong here, so no one's going to make a judgment about what you think or what you say. As Mr. Keshe said, when we go into the unit, we will believe what you say and what you experienced. So again, everyone will probably interact a little bit differently with these systems, depending on you're the captain of your own ship. So as he said, we're not going to tell you where to go, what to do. Jalal.
Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone. For Diane, just sincerely, just ask, and you shall receive. Really, this is the point from all this teaching, that you are the creator and it will manifest. There is no choice other manifestation. But you need to be sincere. If this is really what you want, it will be manifest. Don't worry.
And Jalal, that you were in the German teaching, yes? Didn't he say one of the keys or the secrets of this is to become detached? Didn't he say this is a secret of going into these systems, detachment?
Look, we always work with the matter state and emotion. And we learn that everything need to be seen or feeling of it. That's why we are exist.
Okay, I went a bit over what Stefania recommended there, but I thought it was interesting. And she wants me to go to a further place at 322. Let's go to that spot. And Stefania, how long would you like to go for this excerpt? Or perhaps you can just...
She came back and then she just dropped out about 5 seconds ago.
Oh, okay, I see that. Okay.
Rick, it is most probably 20 minutes.
Yes, it could be 20 or 30 minutes. So
30 minutes, yes.
Yeah, so people can realize we're going to be listening to, again, this is the Keshe American Knowledge Team broadcast from the 5th of June. And I believe this will be some more of John Bliven describing his experiences. Okay, let's listen in.
So we have a lot to teach them, he said.
So there's a whole spectrum of various beings out there in the universe, more than people realize.
Yes.
Many people realize, and they operate many of them operate in different frequencies. Some of them are more elevated and some of them are less elevated. You're going to find a whole spectrum. And one of the problems that the extraterrestrials, most of them have in, like, for example, showing up on our planet or bringing us on board their ships, is that our energies are so low that it brings their energies down. We haven't managed to manage our own energies to where we don't bring their vibrations down. So one of the criteria for I'll call it the interactions with the extraterrestrial community is that we need to get to a point where we're elevated enough that we don't create problems for the majority of the people on board their ships. They're able to come down in density, but we need to meet them in a middle ground. And that's what we're trying to do, is meet them in this middle ground area. One of the things that they've said for many, many times is that they don't want us to be, they want us to join with them as equals. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean as equals that we know everything that they do, or we're at the same level as they are. It's that we don't feel like we're subservient to them, that they're the rulers over us. We come there as equals, and we just have a little bit more training and understanding to do before we reach or exceed their levels. It's like a classroom, if you will.
Galeb, you're going to be there tomorrow. I know he said in the chat he can't open his mic at the moment, but that was a number of minutes ago. I don't know if you're able to now.
We can try. I don't know if you can hear me well, though.
Yes, try.
Well, I'm delighted to hear you all. I'm very happy to be part of this, and maybe it's a bit of a throwback, but through what John said, thank you for your insight. But I have a feeling that there will always be a feedback, and maybe this feedback loop will close when the earlier participants get into the same level of energy state in the future or Earth future. But progressively, I think the newer entrants will feel the progressive soul of the system. Yes, I think there is always a feedback.
And doesn't it sound like this is the GAN's computer, John, that he's often mentioned? I know he had mentioned it in other points and places, like in the first exhibition center. about these GANs computers. So if these systems are able to remember everything about everyone, he said it's just like your soul. So, and I know one time he said it's my soul that is in the system or the system. Again, he said so many different things at different times and places, it's hard to put it together. But this sounds like the GANs computing. He said we'd move eventually into this where just one little section of that GANs computer could hold all the knowledge on this planet.
So it's my thinking that there probably is an aspect of Mr. Keshe's soul that created this energy field, like birthed it. Not so much with GANs, but energetically. Yeah, and I think that when you have your experience, my feeling is that you'll have that connection and it will stay with you, so that anytime that unit is turned on, and I believe they're going to have them turned on all the time because they're set up with I'll call it a 0-point energy system,
Self-charging.
Operating all the time, that you'll be able to connect back into that consciousness, just like you do with your grandmother. When you think of your grandmother, there's that connection that you make. You'll have that kind of connection with this unit.
Right, because he said you wouldn't need to return or come back to Lentz in a way. Now, maybe some people will or would like to, or to see the new developments. But again, I think you'll be able to function in a way, maybe with the help of these systems, at least initially. And then, of course, the system that he talked about being 1,000 years ahead of, no one's ever seen it, or maybe some people have, but I guess it's this non-dimensional type of room or area that is 1,000 years ahead of our understanding at this point.
So Mark, I wonder, with this mobile experience, what's going to happen to the person's phone? Is that going to turn into a MagRav unit, a life enhancement unit, a communication unit? I think that's going to be interesting once they start that up. I'd like to participate in that.
Oh, it's right on the website. I think Steph said that didn't start till November, but there were only around 200 or so slots available. So again, there's a reason for this. He hasn't exactly. Go ahead, Steph. I see your mic has come open.
Yeah, he told that 200 people he needs, and from all over the world. And that after this, what now starts, after this experience, he will start with the simultaneous stuff, and he said around November. And 200 people are needing from all over the world. That's what I remember.
Yeah, he said that in case this planet ever gets hit by a meteor, we want to be able to remove or transport some people off of this, or everyone, I guess. I don't know exactly. But he said that, I mean, that was the reason he gave in public for that. But again, this is only an interim period.
So
Yes.
let me add my thoughts here if I could. I think the mobile system is going to operate on like satellites. And the first satellite will be put up probably over Austria area. So you'll only be able to go to, it's like a, positioning system. If you want to go to Austria, you dial up the Austrian number. As these satellites or these the satellites, maybe they won't look exactly like the satellites we think of, but they're beacon systems that will allow you to traverse the Earth, and those need to be put in place before this mobile system works. And I think what they're going to do, this is my thoughts, and I don't know this for sure, but I think they're going to operate very much like the spaceship in that, again, it will be a consciousness energy that you'll be able to tap into for, I'll say, specific travel. If they don't have a setup that's linked to the moon, then you won't be able to go to the moon. There won't be a positioning system set up for the moon. However, these systems will allow you to put these additional satellites into orbit and operate. So much like the Starlink system that Elon Musk is putting out there, I think they're going to need to have a system of these beacons that will allow for positioning throughout the Earth. And that will be the new way you won't go by airplane. You'll dial up with a phone and go from LA to Austria by linking in with that satellite above Austria, and that will set you down in a place within the Austria community.
Okay, one of the beautiful knowledge seekers just sent this to me. I think it's just from the recent period, maybe even the last workshop, which I haven't reviewed well. So you will see the bigger picture in the coming time, in next few weeks. We're not going to waste our time with what they are doing as world leaders. And again, this may not all be correct, we've changed the position now, and every structure is here for us to do our work. We set it up that way. Advancement in satellite technology is for this planet. Soon becomes another technology behind it that will come out in the Keshe Foundation structure. You can't use the satellite. Yes? Yes? Okay, let me start again. Everyone hearing me? It sounded like John, not John Bliven. Advancement in satellite technology is for this planet. Soon becomes another technology behind it that will come out in the Keshe Foundation structure. You can't use the satellites. You're going to Moon and Mars. We introduce a technology which is already existing and fully understood by the universal community and part of. How do you think these UFOs you see in the sky are turned up to all come to Earth? They don't end up somewhere else. It's not coincidental. They're preset to be the same as what you preset to fly a plane from London to New York. But that technology already exists. In a way, you didn't have it. Now you have it to subscribe to it, to be able to use it. And the subscription is mankind to accept peace. We'll talk about more of this in detail in tomorrow's teaching and thereon. And we set the course for a change. Any questions? So thank you for that. So this is how the universal community operates, and that's how they don't go off track, I guess, to get here. I know when he was talking about building the spaceship, John, that he said that there are universal maps, in a way, of magnetical and gravitational highways across the universe, and that the universal community uses these highways, what we call highways, magnetic gravitational field flows, to navigate that way. I don't know if operating in the soul dimension works the same way, but maybe this is that mag-rev positioning system in a way.
Yeah, I think there's also portals out there that'll allow you to transverse from one space to another instantaneously. But these satellites will be needed initially.
Myrnes, did you want to add something, please? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Good night, everybody. So I have a question from John, if he wants to answer. I agree with you about the high energy of these beings compared to our level of energy. And I wanted to ask if he has noticed any of them, even by intermediary of somebody or something else, or not.
Are you clear on that, John? I wasn't clear on exactly her question, but if you are, go right ahead, please.
There's both higher and lower dimensional beings, and we've experienced both of them on our planet. Personally, I've experienced higher dimensional beings. I won't get into all the specifics, but there's much that we'll learn in this, and all of us will learn in this near-term future that we're going through. And many of us will find out that those extraterrestrials that we're looking to interact with are in fact us. And that will be quite a shock for many people.
You said they are backing us?
They are.
They are us.
They are us.
Yes.
Us. Yeah, okay, thank you. And do you think the bad entities are active also to take us down or to go in the wrong direction? Are they active also?
They have been in the past, but many of them are leaving, that have left or are leaving this planet. Many of the activities that are going on around the planet are clearing spaces so that we can evolve on our natural path. We've been a prison planet for a number of years, and we're now having the removal such that we can grow to our normal evolution in our normal states. I'm sure you've heard of all the different extraterrestrial races, both above ground and underground, and the people that are on the planet that are not who they say they are. They're shapeshifters, or beings that are showing up in a human body, but they're not human. They're not from this planet. You can go as deep as you want into that, but it does exist, and it is true, and they are being cleaned up such that everybody operates on a more level playing field. And things like the spaceship will be allowed to see the light of day because probably a year ago it wouldn't be allowed, but because so many of the
Excuse me, John.
Parker.
Ed, I muted you. Okay, I thought you were going to come in here, but I'm hearing some background noise. Thank you. Sorry, John.
So I kind of lost my train of thought. Basically, the darker entities would have kept the spaceship from being shown a year ago, but now as things have changed and the space is cleaner, and now is a time where the energy levels are such that these types of things can be shown and progressed.
So do you think, is it going to be naturally on this way that they diminish, that they go away or they become smaller? Or do we still need a hard work, a hard force to combat or push them?
What you're going to see is that they won't enjoy the planet anymore because the levels and the vibration on this planet will not be compatible with theirs, and they won't be able to operate like they used to. So our souls will be elevated to the point where they talk about a splitting of the earth, where those that are can handle higher vibrations will handle it, and those that can't won't. But most of the extraterrestrials of a darker nature have left the planet. So it's not something to worry about like before. And it's not a fight. It's just send them love.
Go ahead, Myrnis.
Yeah, not that fighting, but yes. So you think if there are some hectic actions we see, which is not normal, is it them who is frustrated and we're doing this kind of foolish things? Kind of frustrating movements sometimes we see in videos. Is it the souls which are frustrated and they don't feel good in their actual environment, that they are doing these hectic actions, negative actions?
Their agendas are falling apart because more and more people are waking up to the truth of what's been going on, and they now understand how to correct it. If people like are in this community that understand how we need to move all of humanity forward, and we do that through the elevation of soul. And when we elevate our soul, then we're in service to the collective. So it's our job to help our brothers and sisters along to allow them to move forward too. And that includes those that maybe have been, I'll say difficult actors in this play that's unfolding. So there's nothing that says that, the one that was bad yesterday can't be good tomorrow. So you'll see it kind of unfold. It's nothing to be afraid of. Matter of fact, the more you fear these agendas that are still going on, the more you give them energy. So just be the observer. Don't give them energy. If you do give them energy, give them positive energy. And that way you're part of the solution, not part of the problem.
No.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for all this information, which was so openly disclosed. Yes. Just another question. I know that I will go to Linz or wherever this thing is going to be done, whenever I can get out of this place where I am in. So I'll be there, of course, in Linz. And the thing is, do you think with the things like Linz or these things which is going on eventually, depending on my, yes, of course, my heart and my pure heart and sincerity, that we can kind of get close to the higher beings which have good intentions, and we can understand them and we can see them, or it's still too far from us?
No, I think you know the answer to that, and the answer is yes. You can. It's all within you.
Okay, yes, okay. Well, so everything is going to be fine for the peace. We have done the most of the way, in a way, no?
You create your reality. So if that's what you create, that's what you'll get.
Oh, yeah, I feel very confident for these few days. I don't know why. I'm just feeling relaxed about future, whatever
It's
it
just,
is.
sorry, it's just polishing off, as Sir Keshe said a few days ago. Everything is indeed done.
Okay, Ed, did you want to come in here?
At the appropriate time when
Okay.
Marinez and
Okay, I see your
others
mic
were
was
finished.
open. Yeah, I see your mic was open.
So Marinez, have you finished up?
Yes, Ed, thank you.
John, I had a question for you. In your interactions with the higher vibrational beings, did you have any emotional responses to them?
Oh, all the time. You know, it's an emotional interaction. You know, just even in your meditations, you can connect and experience the connection with your emotions. So it's not just a meditation, it's interactions. And I think I've said this before, but maybe there's new people here that haven't heard it. But when you go to sleep at night, your soul, for many of us, the souls travel, and you can set your intent in terms of what you want that soul to add to your learning experiences before you go to bed. For example, if you wish to go on board a spaceship of, let's say, the Palladians, you know, there's nothing that says you can't set your intent before you go to bed, ask for permission to join with them in participating in service to the collective. Many of us are doing this already, but we don't remember. And part of this thing that we're going through now is a remembering of who we are and what it is that we came here to do and what it is that we've already done that we're not aware of.
So John, were your emotional reactions in any way similar to those that you experienced in the first enhancement unit that you went in?
Yes. It's like the energy levels are greater. Like your heart flutters. You know, and the same thing, you know, you can interact also even with the GANS material. You know, if you send me a GANS material, the vibration of love and gratitude, and wait for a few minutes, that love and gratitude comes back to you exponentially. And the same thing with the extraterrestrials. And it's the same thing with, you know, your mother who passed away 10 years ago. You know, it's all kind of one and the same. It's the energies that you interact with, except now they're at a higher vibration, so it's more real. It's of an order of magnitude greater than, you know, your interactions with a person face to face.
Thank you for that answer.
Okay, if I could just read something from the chat from Jasmine. For anyone here who is new to the technology like me, and also anyone experienced at any level would like to make Cup of Life together, we will be having Tuesday workshop via Zoom, and anyone.
Yeah, we can stop here, unless you want to go more forward.
Well, it's up to you and the Universal Council. I see there's a hand up here. Perhaps we can address that before we go further.
Yeah, we can have a question and answer or discussion, or if anyone want to add anything.
Okay, well, Steph had a hand up earlier. Perhaps they could go ahead.
No, it's too late.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. But I have write it down in the chat.
Okay, well, if there's no further discussion, we could go to another point in the video if you like.
Yes, Marjorie, if there is another question for now, we can go further, which is very, very, very beautiful. John has more, he has shared more. So we can go further at the time, if possible.
I just would like to say something.
Yes.
Yeah, because for me it was, I really wanted to share this as well today, because I mean, now we're gonna be, we're gonna become Mojan, so we're gonna start to open the frontiers and start to have relationship with, you know, or even with the universal community. I mean, of course, some of us already have achieved that, but for the first time, Zurli would be for everyone, no one excluded. And from my understanding of all this, it's always this letting go, for sure. Is very essential to understand this full letting go. And because it really is the one who, me personally, hold me back when I had experience in my experience in the Mojan. So because I couldn't let go fully. So that is very important. I want to share that because you know, we can learn from other people's experience, and definitely to me it's very essential that we preparing the condition that we preparing ourselves to be ready when the moment come, because it's going to be very easy and it's going to happen, but we have to be ready, because if you're not ready, you have a chance not to miss it, because we'll always repeating itself further on, but maybe to delay, I don't know, maybe in delay the process, it's the right things, but for sure, there is a preparation need to be done to be able to be ready when you know, we are in the situation where we have to fully let go. So for me, definitely that was the main things that, there are lots of things we can do. Meanwhile, some people will experience the flying system, and those people can help others to progress faster. And we can support each other, but also us that maybe we for the moment we cannot go to the flying system. We can be like the Martian, like we did us. We didn't have any machine, we didn't have any guns. We just listened the Keshe teaching, and then connecting at the soul level. So this was the basic things we did in the Martian with no machine. So there is a lot we can do anytime, even when we are not to have access for the moment in the machine. If we connect at the soul level, I'm sure that maybe we wouldn't need to go in the flying system. So I think that for me is very important time in history, because really I have to pinch myself to the fact that his time, the change is come. Now, with the start of this flying system, it is the change of we brought the new era. I mean, there is no doubt, no one can say otherwise. And it will be just a matter of time that people will know about it. And I was also thinking what John said now about the more enlightened people. He said, what about if the more enlightened people we're going into the machine? Obviously, we will progress faster. So I was thinking, well, who do I know that I think it's going to be really good, So I can see we're going to play a lot. There is a lot we can do, a lot we can play with. It's like discovering new toys, new beginning, new way of living. Definitely, one thing's for sure, from my understanding of all this, is that we have to start be very creative, really letting go the imagination. Because now you can create. We could create before, like Jalal said, we could create already before, but we were not aware of it. Now we are aware. So it's really like if we won a lottery, and we could say, okay, we won a lottery. What we want to do now? How do I vision this dream life, the dream becoming reality, or the future that we always wanted. So this is where the work, I think, to me, has to go for all of us as a collective, on refine our vision. And really, now we have to really start to think about what next, what we're gonna do now. Okay, now I understood this is the way it's gonna be. So what we're gonna do? So really start to think and be creative on this new world. How it's gonna be? But I think that it's very important things to think in this platform. But it's just my opinion. So I really couldn't sleep. I really cannot stop to be so happy about what's happening. And I really, it's just a matter of time. And it's really the things we can do and things and imagine is imaginable, so it's, I'm really excited for the future. Really, there are no problems. It's just really, I'm sure, I think the party has started and all we've been invited. Yeah, so this is what I think. Thank you. I don't know if anyone wants to share anything else, or happy to go next.
Yes, my dear Stefania, I also say that the party has started, and we are started celebrating it many years ago in a way as knowledge seekers. But this time, this is manifesting. So this is the beauty. And all love to the travelers, those who are going experiencing. And this is the beauty, the joy, as Elias has written that my heart is dancing. So like that, please be there in the testimonials, my dear beautiful souls. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear Stefania, for your beautiful words. Thank you. Now we can go on with the another section of the video.
Okay, do we have any recommendation for the next segment, or shall I just try to forge ahead here? Go ahead a few minutes.
Yes, go ahead for a few minutes because John was there. Maybe. Yes.
Okay, we'll see if we can tune it in here.
Soul level, and you're able to see the true intention, and you can take.
Yeah, where they had that fire.
The salinity of seawater?
I think it's 3.5%.
Okay.
How far down do you go, John? Wouldn't the seawater be clear the farther down you take it from?
Yes, we had some. We were lucky to find somebody who did it for that kind of thing for a living, where he brought back clear seawater for not only our project but other projects, and he used to go like a mile deep and pull it back up, 20 miles offshore. I don't know exactly how, but it was claimed. I didn't do it myself, but they claimed it to be the best seawater you can get.
Okay, anyone else would like to ask anything here? Of
I'd like
Alex
to ask a question
or John?
of
Yes.
John. So if that depth and that distance from the shore, would that contribute to the explanation of why there is different species of life in that part of the ocean where, frankly, the energy from the sun visibly doesn't penetrate that far deep?
I think the answer is yes.
I think so too. Thanks, John.
And what about the caveat about not using seawater for health applications? Is that still applicable with fresh seawater?
Yeah, I think the concern was that people would go, off the shore where a lot of the seawater is pretty contaminated.
Discharges, yeah.
And they wanted to stay away from that. You don't want to get your seawater in Japan, off in Fukushima area. You have to do things smart. But I would say if you had pure seawater, the concern for health purposes is minimum. The CO2 waters that I drink on a daily basis were created with seawater.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alex, as well. Just an aside, and it made me think of something here. Did you ever meet Ralph Ring? I know he was in the Sorrel circles for a while, but the reason I was thinking about him was because about he told a story, I don't know if his interview is still available, probably somewhere, about, getting in this sort of craft and then maybe going downfield a ways, picking up some material, bringing it back. Were you ever able to interact with Ralph Ring?
Yeah, I had some interactions with him. I was very familiar with his work. I don't know, many of you may already know that I'm a director with the Magnetics group. So when I was working with them on some of these technologies, we had to understand everything that was out there to get a grasp on what's real and what's not real. Ralph Ring was also, I don't know how many of you are familiar, but he was also, he had moved to Paradise, California, where they had that fire. And there was talk that there was an extraterrestrial community there in Paradise, and that's one of the reasons why it burned down. But he was working with them on advanced technologies for the betterment of humanity. You can look online to hear those stories about Paradise, California, the suspicious nature of the fires that happened there. Ralph Ring was up there in that area at that time. I don't know if he's still alive now. I think he might have passed, but maybe he is.
I'm really glad you brought that up, John. So the question maybe you can help me with is those the cause of those fires. Are we ready to disclose that yet?
I can tell you what I think. I think it was direct energy weapons.
No, I think we all know that. But who was the director?
I don't want to go down that path.
Okay. So yeah.
Everybody reserves the right not to answer. As Mr. Keshe said, he always reserves the right not to answer.
Maybe it was someone who needs some elevation.
That's true. That's true.
What a diplomatic answer that is. Excellent.
I can say this about Paradise. Some friends of mine lived there. They still had a very hefty mortgage on their home, and the bank still asked them to pay their full mortgage, even after insurance had covered parts of it. Like John, you said, that's a great big story that's happening there. But I will say that my friends said they did see friends from other places living there. That's all I can say at this point publicly. Thank you.
Okay, would anyone else like to come in? And it's all recorded. We're going to read something at the end, and I hope anyone that is willing to will help me read it. It's one of Mr. Keshe's papers from the Keshe Wiki on dreams and so on, which we know is just another dimension of our operations. But we're going to read a little bit of that. And my point was, in this paper that Mr. Keshe wrote, I think in 2019, that everything that's happened on this planet is actually recorded in a similar way as your soul records everything by the universal community and is shared amongst them, what he said in this paper. So we'll read that before we end the meeting. And again, we were trying to keep these meetings a little shorter, but we can go on and on and on if you'd like.
Just a quick thought on that same note is the spaceships that we're creating.
Okay.
It's my feeling that they're creating this library of consciousness energy fields of everybody that goes in there. In that, if we want to speak Chinese and there's been a Chinese person that's gone before us, we can tap into that energy field of the spaceship.
Right, he said you might be coming out speaking a language that's spoken here on Earth, or maybe a universal language he was talking about as well, that none of us would understand, or I don't remember his exact words on that.
John, have you seen Hassan's question in the chat?
No, but I can read it for John. Do you know the Dogon? Any input? It is said in Mali, they have had in ancient times contact with space entities which taught them about the solar system before modern science knew about it.
I don't know specifically about that race, but there's been many races. And, you know, it's our ancient history is littered with these stories, whether it's of, you know, Atlantis and the beings that were there, or Egypt and the pyramids, or, you know, whatever else. But there's many stories out there.
Good answer. As I said, the knowledge is so vast and so immense that we haven't been able to really comprehend. And that's what Mr. Keshe said about what he's done for this planet or the gifts he has given. We haven't even comprehended or understood fully what he is delivering here. We think we understand a lot, but I think we've got a lot more ahead of us than we, let's say, have behind us.
Hi, Mark. Hi, guys. It's Nikolai.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
Nikolai. Yes.
Hi, guys. How is everybody on this day, 1 day minus? You know, the official countdown.
T-1 and counting.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. That was the right syntax. Yeah, as you guys were speaking there, I had a thought about perhaps not really a wish, but if any of the people are going into the system and
okay, thank you so much. And as we have, as John has presented beautifully from his heart and soul, the experience he had, and the ongoing present condition on Earth, and yes, of course, etc. We have to go beyond that. We have to break it down. And we became all Mehran now with this experience, with this knowledge. And here we all open to share an experience or question if they want to. This is the next slide, but I welcome you all, my dear ones. If you have any question to ask or anything to share, I mean, about John's experience also, and about this, about John's experience, what he was saying. Anybody has this experience, or anybody want to share about anything, they want to go forward for it like that. Thank you so much.
There was an earlier question in the chat from Nicola. What were they referring to about the 200 volunteers around November? I was wondering about that too. Is the volunteer, the mobile program, I think that's what the 200 volunteers are for. And does that start in November? Or does that start before November?
Yes, Stephanie, I was saying yes. There
From
is
understanding, it's like this, from understanding. Now we start the process where the people who can go to the machine from all over the world can go, they should go. So they're collecting, like for everyone, so we collecting data. And then when this process is finished, they don't know when how because they need to see how things going. You know, they have to see what's happening now until end of the summer or whatever. Then they will decide when the time is right to pass to the, like I said, international flights where you don't need anymore to go to Linz. They come to pick you up and they take you back. So and for that he made a limit of 200 people, but for Linz he didn't put any limit. He put until they think they have what they wanted to achieve. The people can go and go into the machine.
Okay, thank you, Stefania.
You're welcome.
Okay, Salamia has a hand up here. Do you have a...
Thank you very much, Rick. Hi, everybody, my friends, my good friends from Universal Council. I have a great news about yesterday. As I wrote to you, a butterfly came to my home outside, and after enter it inside. It was so beautiful, this butterfly. And I was looking today to see it again, but he didn't come. So I think that somebody transmuted in a butterfly and came to visit me because my poetry, or I don't know, I was looking for a sign. I was looking for news from Linz, and this butterfly just came at once, and he was after me, going everywhere I was going, and I let him to come. It's not him, it, but for me maybe it was a person who transmuted. I don't know who was. Maybe it was Mr. Keshe, or maybe it was another knowledge seeker like Andreas, or I don't know who was. What do you think about this story? Who could be? Who visited me?
What makes you think it's a person? I don't understand, really.
Then I have a lot of persons. Last year it starts, I have a lot of butterflies here, and my door is always open because of my dog, and they stay here, wonderful, white, whatever, and they love the ganses, I think, because my home is full of butterflies. That means not one person is visiting here, it's a group.
Yes, maybe.
What makes you think a butterfly is a person, Salamia?
Because I have this emotion,
soul.
feeling. I said maybe it was Mr. Keshe, the soul of Mr. Keshe, who transmuted in a butterfly. I have this experience. I usually do not have butterflies in my home and in my house. And I was looking about this. And when I wrote a poetry about the transmutation of a cocoon in butterfly, I met a lot of cocoon last year. And now a butterfly came, only the butterfly and not the cocoon. Every time when I write poetries, the subject of this poetry manifest on my house. I wrote about a vortex, and the vortex was happening, and this tornado just destroyed many things, electronics on my house. I wrote about sap is in Hindi. I don't know in English what is the name. Snake. And I found small snakes on my garden.
Okay, so you're talking about coincidences now, or is this associated with the Mojang program, or what's the connection you're trying to make here?
It's about intention. If you have a wish, intention, and what if you write something and you put there your emotion and intention, we manifest. And if we have the intention to fly, we will fly. I never need a fly unit to fly. I fly anytime when I want to fly somewhere. When somebody is waiting for me or asking me to go there, I go there, of course, in my dream, on my experience of my dream. This is my remembering, but also not by dreaming, but when I am thinking to to have a solution to my problems. My small dog was bitten by somebody else, and I have a vision, not by in my dream, but staying like this on my laying down on my bed with a violet energy, color of violet, who went there and start to do something good for my dog. And the next day, my dog was healed. I mean, his bleeding stopped, and he was in a good shape, like before. And many histories like this. Also, when I got COVID, I have the vision with my astral body, because we have many bodies, and it was like a golden light. And this golden light, only this astral body was healed by again by a violet cosmic ray. Always this violet cosmic ray and golden cosmic ray comes and help me or a person which needs which are in need. I think that we do not know what is dream. We don't know anything about dreaming process. We don't know anything about flying process. And all these are in our small universe. If we want to create better technology of flying, we have to study our body, because our body will, as Mr. Keshe studied our body, he created this flying unit. And for the people which are not able yet to fly, because not everybody is able to fly, as far as I understood. First time when I tell to people about my story, in my mind was that everybody could do it. But my friends said that they can do it, and no, all the people can do it. So they need this flying system, this machine, to be initiated, and maybe after they will be able to fly in their own. This is my feelings. I think that everybody can remember how we did before, because all humanity was able to fly. All history and story from Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, are telling about gods able to fly and person able to fly. So in the history, humanity and human being was able to fly daily without using any machinery. So this is a good news that human being is able to fly, not consuming the material, limited material energy from our planet. We use our own energy from our own atomic reactor. And if we need to travel in the space, we have to copy our own technology, which we'll possess. If we understand, we can create from the fields of the universe this technology. Also, this flying from 6 June is a symbol for all humanity that our soul has to elevate and to fly in another level, quantic level, from where peace will be possible at the long term. We'll not even think about war, as Mr. Keshe said. So peace, this fly unit is for peace, is for elevating our soul. When we will be able to fly, we will elevate our soul, and our consciousness will never think about war. Our children from the future will never think about war, because all civilization from the unicos and from the universe are peaceful. And if we will go and we will fly there where they are, we will visit them, we will know this emotion of be peaceful, of getting health by being peaceful at the soul level. And we will create in our physicality only a peaceful relationship between us, between nations, between ethnicity, between cultures, and other types of separation of people. We will understand that we are one, and with this understanding, we become as divine. We will understand that divine is within us, because divine is present at the soul level in each being, in each mineral, in each vegetal, in each atom and subatom particle. Divinity is present as a sun. This sun is a divine from everything. And so we are linked, we are connected, and this is the truth of our creation. This truth of our creation unify us as a humanity in our flight to the universe, which is peaceful. So it's a big step for humanity. The 6th June is an elevation of our soul in the world, in the dimension of peace, eternal peace, forever peace. Thank you very much for listening me. I was so happy to share with you and to show to you that all what we wish become reality if our wish and intention is sincere. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Salomia, for sharing. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other questions or comments about the Mojan part? Okay, perhaps we can move on to the next section.
Yeah, we can go next slide. Thank you.
Yes, here is to bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Please, beautiful souls, bring your intentions, your wishes, and your sharing of love. Thank you so much.
Hello, it's Mehran, and there is a wish in UC chat, which I am going to read for you. So it goes, we give from our soul and heart for protection of Mr. Keshe and all knowledge seekers who aspire for peace and prosperity of all men.
I am present, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for everybody else in the chat who collectively approved and say they are present. Thank you very much. Now that I have the microphone, I wanted to say something about the importance of the moments of silence that we wish for religious leaders and leaders of the world and whatever we have wished together collectively. The thing is, as we are the peaceful people, and we are not those who want to change, we want to change by our goodness. So the only thing we do to change people towards peace by their souls. We are not those who make a coup d'etat, who want to change systems and whatever. We just want, with our soul, change their souls towards peace and the betterment of all humanity and all there is out of planet Earth. So the only means we have, the only arm we have, the only way to progress our desires in this way is our soul connection towards that. So please don't take it something leisure. That's the only means we have for the peace, to change the soul of the leaders and that they come to our way and we all go to our way for the better future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Mehran. Thank you.
All right, perhaps Dean can go ahead next.
Hello, dear people. Thank you for allowing me to speak in all that has been poured into my life as a knowledge seeker over these years. My wish is this Friday at 11:11 Central Time, which is Oklahoma time, which is where I am from. I will be introducing, well, my art, but with the art, I'm going to be introducing what it's done for me. And one of the components that I'm going to be releasing is the Cup of Life and what it's done for me, because I've lost 50 pounds. Good God, I have hair color coming in that has never been there before, and the incredible things that it has done for me. So I'll be releasing that as a knowledge seeker. And I'd like to put I'm going to put the link in the chat to the Facebook group. But my wish is, and I have a download that's going to go with this, and on every one of the downloads that go to people, a link is going to go on the Cup of Life and the Keshe Foundation. And there's going to be a peace treaty on the download for people to sign. So I just wish that the rooms get filled up on Zoom, and that the message and the direction that I can give into this technology, we've all put our intentions and we've all set things forth in order to be accomplished so that we can walk in the beauty of this earth. And I just want that ethos and that beauty that has been given to me to be poured out through the wishes and the intentions that we have had. So I guess my wish is that on the 11th at 11:11, that a conduit being opened through me that's already been opened through giving and receiving of the Keshe Foundation. I'm here and I've taken up the commission as a knowledge seeker. So as I go forth, and all of the others who are taking actions, I thank you for the community. I don't have anything more to say except for thank you.
Thank you, dear Dean. Thank you so much. Oh.
Dean, could you clarify on the date? Are you talking about the 11th?
This Friday, the 11th.
Friday is, I think, the 10th. Today's the 7th.
Let me look. Okay. Yeah,
Saturday
you're right.
will be
Saturday,
the 11th.
the 11th. Thank you for that.
Okay, so it will be Saturday, not Friday, but at 11:11 on the 11th.
Right.
Okay.
And I'll put a
Good.
link in that. And it's my end of the pouring out has started. And good God, what an exciting time we all live together in, right? Knowledge seekers and where we've come and what we've seen. And I would just, Mr. Keshe, of course, but Rick and you've been here a long time, my friend, I think. Anyway, we'll do that in person soon. Yes, it's Friday the 11th at 11:11. And the name of the
Saturday.
Forgive me one more time. Thank you. Friday the 11th at 11:11.
That's Saturday the 11th at 11:11.
I wrote it down and I wrote it wrong. Now I'm going to do it.
You better cross it out.
Thank you.
Friday was the 11th.
Oh boy, that's my little autistic.
Maybe you should have it at Friday at midnight, and then have it all day into the 11:11 for the. No, never mind. You'd have to broadcast for 12 hours that way.
Well, actually, I could open the gallery at that time with music and just run.
Well,
pictures.
there you go. Yeah, let people sort of know that something's happening. And then maybe word could get out before the official opening. You could call it at 11:11. Because somehow you're stuck on Friday, so you must have to use that somehow.
You know, you might be right. I might as well just open up the gallery and just start running a slideshow. And because it works pretty, it'd be beautiful. Thanks. Anyway, yes.
Part of
it's
the
Saturday
slideshow could make the
11th.
announcement. Part of the slideshow could make the announcement for the 11/11 event.
You got it. With a countdown. Oh, how fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
countdown. That's perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I would get off because I know we all as knowledge seekers and one world, one planet, we're all taking off together. This is so exciting. Thanks. I'll put a link just to the Facebook Howja group. And by the way, I'm going to pour, just as I poured my life and my time in learning and experimenting, I'm going to pour the benefits of what comes out from my activity right back into the creation of a better world. I remember Schindler's List when at the end, right, they asked him, and he said, I could have done more. And I think if we all do it all right now, the type of world we're going to live in, we're going to want to interact with the people who are, or the entities and everything of goodness that start to come and visit this incredibly beautiful place that we have to reform in goodness. And, you know, we've been spreading the cup of life and drinking, and we've already changed it. We're just now trying to figure out how we're going to play in it. It's a whole new world. And with that, I am going to say goodbye. I have a lot of work, and I'll put a post, and I want to, thank you, Universal Council and all the hearts. I got to go. Thank you.
Thank you too. Don't say goodbye. Say see you soon, my dear. See you soon.
See you soon. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I am present in your beautiful wish, my dear team. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's see if that link works good, and we can put that through to okay, so that'll be a private group that people can join, right, Dean? Is that the idea there?
You know, yes, that is a private group. And at this time, you know, all of this type of stuff is the interconnecting of the technological stuff is different. I'm a off the hook artist. So yeah. Anyway, thanks.
Okay, I will put that in the other groups as well here in the live stream and the YouTube, and hopefully you'll get some people to connect with you there.
Yeah, and I want to let everybody know also, the leadership here, that I'll be inviting people on, and this is, I monetize things, and I'll pour out beautiful honorariums because the work that people have done, you deserve. You deserve all that the Creator ever had to give because of what you've done. And with that, I'm going to say thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dean. Okay, got a rooster crowing in the background. Are there some other needs and wishes from the community, or other questions and comments that anyone would like to bring up at this point?
I thank you to Mr. Rooster. Thank you, Mr. Rooster.
And
I
as
also,
the rooster crowed, the one who I've played with, the Christ, he said after the rooster crowed 3 times, and at the end, before he left the physicality of the earth, he said, "Feed my people, feed my people, feed my people." And that was to the one who had denied at the rooster's crow. And how appropriate.
yes.
It did happen to crow 3 times as well, by the way. That's why I started to pay attention. First time's just a wake-up call. By the 3rd time, you're supposed to really pay attention. Thank you, Dean. Okay, well,
Perhaps a set match.
Thank you, Dean. Some few words I want to share about the flight there. The travelers, beautiful travelers, have gone and having their experience. I will say we have been through long years of teaching, and this is a science of the soul, and it is explainable now. There is what we have to detach, like don't go into it or got away or let go. This is not. It is a long way of hard work of knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, of our Messiah, of the group Universal. We have reached this point by the mechanism, by the soulfulness, by the explainable thing that is science here and beyond. And this is not taught by any monk, any guru, anybody of like person like that. This has happened from within us like knowledge seekers. So simple it was. So there is no magic. There's no such thing we can say divine, but we can say that this is what we are. We are together as a collective in the level, I will say in love, together, a higher form, together, not individually. We have to understand that we are always together, even we are traveling as an individual or a 2 or a 3. We are always together. This will affect the whole mankind, the whole humanity, the universe. And as John said, the universal people are here with us, and they think of us as equal. And you know what happened when they come before? People started to worship them, people started to worship them, crack coconuts and all. But this is not happening now. They are like us. We are them. We have to understand that. So this is the beauty of this knowledge. This is no divinity. This is no magic. This has been worked out for several years that humanity will understand. And now it has came to this point. So thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now, if there is no sharing or question, we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here is the contact email IDs of the active UC members. Anybody from anywhere, my dear ones, can email us. And very soon we will be in the communication of that point that is to be understand. Well, I would say we are in that point as we are elevating the soul, but you can email us anytime in any language. We will share with each other the love, the guidance, the advice you want to give. Thank you, my dear one. Thank you. Now we can go to the next slide.
Perhaps I can, before we finish up here, I can read the wishes in the chat. We have wishes from Nicola and Lucia. I wish for an open position where we can be of service to the Keshe Foundation. That was their first wish. I am present.
I present my dear Nicola.
The second wish is from them. I wish for all humans to have the freedom of travel and prosperity.
I am
present.
I am present.
Mr. Keshe mentioned in one of the later workshops about the freedom of travel should be a universal human right. And another wish from Elizabeth says, my wish is to open the inner portal and elevate each soul. And as a whole, we are the soul of universal peace.
I am present.
I am present.
And lots of I am present in our chat added. Thank you, everyone. Okay, now I think we can move to our last frame here.
Yes, here we are. We know as this travel has begun in the beauty and totality accordingly, that there's no such thing as consumed and consumed. It's about giving and receiving. So you have to understand, we all have to understand, we are all learning, my dear ones, we are all knowledge seekers. So here is the key. We are here to serve, not to be served. That is the way the intention will go to travel. The Universal Council, thank you so much. Thank you, my dear ones. Welcome. Welcome to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the traveling in the beauty and totality. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone, all of the Universal Council members and our audience today for questions and comments and for a lovely presentation. This has been the 225th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. The next public broadcast of the next public workshop of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which starts on Wednesday, June 8th at 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is 10 p.m. tonight, June 7th in Pacific Time. And people are welcome to attend that meeting and bring your questions or your levitating reactors. We're still waiting for some good examples of that, and it could be happening any day, I figure. And it's a group that's open to both newcomers and the old timers as well. All right, and I understand from our earlier conversation that we will be getting some sort of video from the Keshe Foundation regarding the experiences of those in the flight training program, the flight system. And we look forward to that. That should be sometime, I think, within the next day. So I'll send the links out in the usual places when we get that information. Okay, thanks everyone. And we're going to end today as per our usual tradition here with the flight enhancement spaceship unit. I can hear Shweta in the background coming in already.
We will end for today and starting dancing for clap, clap and dance like that.
Yes, indeed. It's an end for today, but just the start of the beginning of the new day. So Stay
And
tuned,
also,
everyone.
TV Galactic will be coming up later
okay.
today at 11:59 CEST. That's on YouTube with Raphael, Marie, and Rosanna.
And it is 11:59, not 11, because that was a little confusing. Okay. Thank you, Mark. All right. Thanks, everyone, and see you in the next workshop. Bye for now.